In number 3 is Jan Freiling. Scored 45 against Oman and 12 against Scotland, and this is why he's here.
Extra bounce. It was worth a look in terms of trying to play that over the top of the cover point gully fielders, but just didn't get enough. I think it caught him high on the bat. Hazelwood up and running. Nothing's really stopping me think. Into the over, 15 for 1. Nothing's really stopping me think here about having another or additional catching fielding position, especially both these two players loving to stay on side of the ball. And with that bit of extra bounce due to the surface, bringing in those square men.
Lukey Sparrow, one of Australian cricket's greatest supporters. He's made his way to Antigua.
Seasoned campaigner, Lukey. Former chef reckons he hung the apron up a couple of years ago. But it has not stopped him arriving here in the Caribbean, and why would it? It's magic ground, this beautiful country here. Famous players all around us on the stands, on the ground. The great names of West Indian cricket.
Well, you've got your wish, Hados. Cummins into the attack.
Yeah, I concur. So you've seen the bounce that Hazelwood was getting and the trouble it was causing from big Josh Hazelwood. And Marcus Storms, thank you, Chief. The swing and seeing but no. Top draw, top class. Cummins with ball in hand.
Megas, I do love how Pat Cummins has been utilised though in the last 12 months of T20 cricket. He's learned a lot as captain, through the course of this season of the IPL. He operates in that kind of danger area, that 8-metre zone, off-pace bounces and short deliveries as well. He's just a seasoned campaigner through the middle and such a key player. All this tournament advances.
Yeah, and that's the beauty, isn't it? You're learning, always learning. And one of the greats said he didn't stop learning. He learned very quickly, Curtly Ambrose. I think he went none for 100 early on in his test career and didn't want to do that ever again. Chat, was just incredible. What an athlete, what a servant for the West Indies. Through the late 80s, through the 90s, through about 2000. And so yeah, Cummins is really starting to put his straps. He needs to be injury-free.
Marsh takes the catch. Freiling goes. Again, just giving himself a little bit of room to try and find the gaps in the offside field. But all he does is find the Australian captain.
Into the wicket, gives himself room, as you said. Tries to shimmy to the onside, gets it fat on the bat, and straight in the hands of the Australian captain, Mitch Marsh. Trouble, early doors, finally gone for 1, 15 for 2.
Very relaxed vibe here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium this evening. It is, unless you're in the Namibian dugout. A couple of wickets for them to contemplate, and their captain arrives in the middle. Cummins striking then with his 4th ball, and Gerrit Erasmus arrives at number 4, the only Namibia men's batter to have topped 1,000 2020 international runs. At best of 100 not out. That was against Uganda in Windhoek a couple of years ago.
No surprises, a second slip comes in. Yeah, taking a lot of risk against Pat Cummins, trying to do this very early on in your innings. Like I say, gents, getting that leg side. Now it is the power play, let's be honest. You have to be proactive, you've got to be positive. You're up against some of the best in the business, you're going to take those risks. Just got to.
Wicket maiden for Pat Cummins to start with, 15 for 2. Stiff breeze blowing from the east, and we hope it continues to blow because we've had a little squall this evening. A reminder that if Australia win tonight, we go to the top of the table and qualify for the next stage. Out, juggled by Maxwell. Second time lucky for him. I'm not entirely sure he picked that up, but he got enough hand on it to knock it up and claim the catch. So Van Lingen goes, and it's crisis time for Namibia.
It certainly is. Going to change that angle again. Hazelwood in ground, and going to do a parry, but still in control. Maxwell. Excitement from Warner at slip, and then a little fist pump celebration from Hazelwood doing the job. Legan, yeah, didn't last long. 10 from 10, and it's now 3 down for just 15.
To think a few years ago, Josh Hazelwood wasn't considered a T20 bowler. He's made up for lost time now, though. One of the go-to men for Australia in this form of the game. And he's got a couple of wickets already. JJ Smith, the vice-captain, in at number 5. And off the mark straight away.
Yeah, you mentioned Hazelwood, how he's become a regular fixture in this team. And for mine, one of the big differences was his season playing for CSK and the experience of a pretty good cricketer. A couple of people might have heard of him, MS Dhoni. And to mine, he kind of shaped his thinking. And knowing MS, he would have been really just going, you need to keep believing in bowling your best ball all the time. Don't worry too much about the variations and all of those things. Just do what you do best, which is banging a length, being metronomical but not predictable.
I remember that well. I think it was really early on in COVID, and their whole shutdown scenario, and they could just practice at length. And Joshy had Eric Simons around. You mentioned Hadosh, you had certain MS Dhoni, and just go back to doing what you do well. And it's exactly that. Almost like test match length, isn't it? It's something used to the crease, into the surface, like bang. And he's renowned for that. And you're going about, oh well, you know, you might disappear because you are so regular. But there's subtle differences that he learned and spoke about. We interviewed him in the UAE. and he bowled cutters. Pace got up, and when he changed his pace, he went back from about 140 to about 130, and then still get bounce. So tough guy to deal with. Josh Hazlewood. He's on song and his rhythm's good and he's hitting the crease well. Difficult custom. Again, some of us missed out on the legs when they were handing them out. So your height helps, right? Hazlewood, Stark, Cummins, Tom Moody here at 6'7". You're going to get this. You're going to get bounce, and that's the difference. And you'll tell us, Hannes, in terms of batters picking up length, and suddenly the length, it bounces a bit more than it did previously.
Yeah, our viewers have already seen it this evening. 2 catches in the gully. Another few shots that hit high on the splice of the bat. Players moving around the ball rather than into the ball. So bounce is such a key factor. I think someone like Hazel would actually be a little bit more gettable from a side like England on this wicket. The other day in Barbados, it was tough batting surfaces because of that bounce. That pink ball there was at least 4 inches lower, and that gives you some demons in your head when facing someone like Hazlewood. Is it going to go up or down?
Or nip off the seam, just like that last delivery. Namibia, 5 overs gone, 16 for 3.
Of that sign made my American friend watch USA versus Pakistan. He is now a cricket fan. That is brilliant. I think we've probably won over a few Americans throughout the tournament so far. We're here in Antigua at the moment. There's a few Aussies in the house. More than happy with the score 16 for 3. Commentary box, one Australian opener replaced by another, Aaron Finch. They were just talking about the slight difference of bounce at this wicket. When you do play tournament style and you're going from ground to ground and there's maybe a little bit of extra pace here and seam movement and bounce, how do you adjust?
Yeah, it's a really good challenge, Mel, because you're facing a different attack all the time as well. So it's not like when you play a bilateral series where you're able to get a read on a certain opposition. You start to line up a bowler, you match up well. You're always chopping and changing.
The other challenge for Namibia and for Australia for that is that you come from Barbados, you fly, you've got an optional training, you've got to try and manage workloads. It's hard to try and tinker with things between games.
Yeah, it is, and that's why tournament play is so fascinating, because there's always opportunities to find weaknesses in opposition, but it doesn't always match up with the strengths of your team either. That's been one of Australia's great abilities over the history of white ball cricket, to make sure that you're prime, ready to go at the start of a tournament.
Stones just keeping everyone honest. How about Erasmus is Namibia's best batter. He's coming off a magnificent half-century in the last match in Barbados. Struck the ball beautifully there.
Oh, yes. Let's mix it up a little. Let's just test the track halfway down.
It's not like Australians to go after the opposing captain of the team either, is it?
Oh, well, head of the snake? Yes. Remember it well.
Slight field change. Slip comes out to Marcus Stoinis. David Warner, and he goes into mid-wicket.
This is a slight little change as Matthew Wade gets an ugly throw back here. You can just see Erasmus just opening up that front leg a little bit, trying to access a few different areas. We're getting bogged down, and this is a phase of the game that Namibia have been trying to avoid, and that's their captain coming in the power play. He's in there now, though. He's got to find something for Namibia.
It's a really fine balance in T20 about preservation of wickets, but also a good start. That's why Namibia have struggled a little bit throughout this tournament. They would have come in with some really high expectations on themselves. They just lost too many wickets in the power play right throughout the tournament. And when I think of T20 cricket, I automatically go to power play wickets being the most important thing in the game, because it just allows you as a fielding side, as a fielding captain, to be able to control the game on your own terms. There's nothing worse than when you feel as though you're being dictated to right throughout.
Again with that front leg, and another dot to the scoreline. End of the power play. Australia on top, 17 for 3. Three big changes for Namibia coming into this game, and Jack Brazel, middle of screen there, water bottle into the side for Kruger, so they've gone old superbly Men's World Cup. Took a handy creeper against the Australian under-19 side. Mentor and the mentee there. Trumpelman has done so well for Namibia, so against Jack Brazel, and some smattering of Australian fans in the crowd. I know Aussies, if you're going to go on tour and support the Australian men's or women's team, this would probably be the place.
A little thirsty. It's very hot here now.
Player of the match in the last match, Adam Zampa. As Schmidt pulls out a lot earlier than Matthew Wade did the other day. Same approach here from Adam Zampa. Finchy, he doesn't give the stumps away at all.
No, it's one of his great strengths. So accurate. Saw it in the pre-game. 29% of his balls in this World Cup are hitting the stumps. And that's an extraordinary high amount.
Oh, that's right in line. That's it.
And that's a perfect example there.
It just makes you take risks off the stumps, which is so tough, especially against someone like Zampa. He's not a huge spinner of the ball. Just 17 for 3 in the power play for Namibia. Just almost forces you to go across the line, and that's when he's at his absolute best. I was saying he's not a huge spinner of the ball either way, but there's just enough there. His accuracy is so impressive.
Good, Zippy.
And there's a polite inquiry too. Now, whether or not it was a little bit of pad before bat. Rasmus trying his hardest not to give anything away.
And then you're forced to do something different, aren't you? Take a bit of a risk, and there is the leggy, because the confidence is riding so high from Zampa. Look forward to show him some tricks.
Oh, that was spin, nice spin.
Just a single in Zampa's first 7 overs past. 3 wickets down, 18 on the board. Had a great crowd in the other night, just 2 nights ago, the first match here in Antigua Barbuda. decent headway, decent wind as well. Just a good indicator for us all to keep an eye on as this match goes along. A strong easterly breeze. Players might go with those a little bit more than the flag from the head. Ellis into the attack. That's the one change for Australia today. No Mitchell Starc, who is still getting over that little niggle, the calf, from match number 1.
Yeah, and Australia's got a reasonable amount of travel coming up in the next couple of days with a precautious approach. I just made a word up.
It was a lovely word. I had to think about it for a second. Nice little merger of two.
It was a cautious approach, precautionary with Mitchell Starc, and I think that's understandable. The high workload that he's had over the last 2 or 3 months with IPL and coming here on the back of a long journey to get here. And just a slight calf niggle that we saw in the first game. The positive was that he backed up in the second game.
Lovely movement there from Ellis, and it was just confirmed there by JJ Smith as well. You mentioned that Mitchell Starc had probably such a heavy workload during the IPL. Adam Zampa decided to take it off, and you can go about it 2 ways, can't you, to get into a tournament like this?
Yeah, and that would have been a big decision. He took the option to make sure that he was as fresh as he could possibly be this T20 World Cup. He's somebody who does like to bowl a lot in the lead-up, but he's also had a couple of niggles. He's had some shoulder issues, some hip issues, so he decided to take that off, make sure that he gave himself the best opportunity to be fresh here.
Oh, that slid through. It's kept low. Whether or not it's just clipping leg is the question. The answer is no from the umpire. That's the umpire on the ground. If they go upstairs, there might be a different reply. And we'll find out.
Third umpire to director. We have a player review by LBW. Original decision on field is not out. I've checked the bowler's feet. It's a fair delivery. Let's start with front line, please. Coming up, Rashid. Ball out appears to pass close to the bat. Let's get Ultra Edge to confirm. Ultra Edge coming up. Clear gap between batter and ball. No bat involved. Let's go to ball tracking when ready, please. Ball tracking coming up. Original decision is not out. Pitching in line, impact in line, and wickets hitting. You'll have to overturn your original decision to out. Stand by. Your on-screen signal.
In for Mitchell Starc this evening, Nathan Ellis, and making things happen in his very first over. JJ Schmidt comes and goes for 3. Namibia 4 down now, 18 on the board. Australia and Namibia taking each other on for the very first time in T20 internationals. They had a warm-up game here before the tournament started in Trinidad. And Mitchell Marsh winning the coin toss, electing to have a bowl first. And the bowlers have certainly done the job. Zane Green now out to the middle. He's in at 6. Namibia in all sorts. They need a rearguard action here, don't they, Tom Moody?
Certainly do. Green got some runs in the last game, so he's had some time in the middle in the Caribbean. He's going to be tested here because Nathan Ellis is up and about, hungry for this opportunity.
He's a wonderful bowler to have inside because he has a wonderful skill set, but he offers that point of difference where you can just get it to skid through.
Yeah, and the previous ball before the LBW was a slower ball. So even on a wicket that we've seen go through a bit, still the nous to be able to throw your slower ball in there, which then sets up the pace on delivery, beaten for pace, beaten for a touch of movement back into the right-hander. Nathan Ellis, he's someone who wears his heart on his sleeve. He puts everything in every ball, every training session.
Yeah, why wouldn't you veer away from something that got you a wicket off the fourth ball of that over? 19 for 4 after 8. Miserly Australia have been. Just the 2 boundaries hit, no 6s as yet. Nostradamus in the audience. West Indian fan backing his West Indian side. So Zane Green has really improved his hitting of late, particularly against spin. He likes to go backward of square to both sides. He's going to get himself in first, though, against Zampa. Or maybe not, as he gets there nice and early and paddles it fine.
Adam Zampa won't mind that at all. He's generally a difficult bowler to hit spur of the wicket, whether you're looking to play the conventional sweep or the reverse sweep. Just does enough for the ball. He skids the ball on as well. And as Aaron Finch mentioned earlier, his ratio to hitting the stumps is very high.
Maybe just hitting outside off.
Outside, you think?
Zampa likes it. Matthew Wade's going either way if you want. And why not with 4 down? They're going to go upstairs, Australia.
Third umpire team director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision on field is not out. I've checked the bowler's feet. It's a fair delivery. Just start with the front one, please. Front run coming up, Nathan. Ball appears to be close to the gloves. Let's get out of reach to confirm if there's any impact. No gloves or batting. Moved. Let's go to ball tracking when ready, please. Original decision is not out. Pitching outside off, impact outside off, and impact over 3 meters. Stay with the original not out decision. Stand by. Your on-screen signal now.
That didn't necessarily hurt that Menon got it right on field. There he goes again, gets bat on it this time though. And the cheer is for the fact that he's finally got a run as well. A wry smile on the Namibian captain's face as it's taken him 17 deliveries.
It's been difficult for him. The Australians have bowled very well. And he's obviously under pressure because wickets are falling at the other end. You can have a laugh about it, which is the good thing. He's been the backbone of this side. He knows a lot's on his head.
Oh, that good.
A lovely delivery. And Green never seen the back of Adam Zampa's hand there. Left-hander's going to have to get used to seeing a few wrong uns come his way. And because of that, Mitch Marsh has brought the slip into play. Oh, this one's closer and given. Not going upstairs, and probably rightly so as well. Maybe a little bit of extra pace, but he was full, Adam Zampa, and once again gives himself a chance to pick up and out.
Such a hard player to sweep, whether it's conventional or reverse, like Tom Moody said. He's always hitting the stumps. He's so accurate. Fantastic bowling. Troubles continue for Namibia. Zane Green goes for one. Trouble, 21 for 5.
With the dancers here dancing on every wicket, they're going to be huffing and puffing at the moment because Australia have picked up 5 very quickly. Adam Zampa has one last delivery in his second over. He's already got 1 for 3.
Oh, that's good bowling, that's zippy.
As David Visa finds himself out in the middle, 9 overs, 21 for 5. That's the angle that the breeze, the easterly breeze, is coming from, so directly straight towards the screen at the moment. And it's a strong breeze coming across the ground here. A breeze that makes hitting boundaries, if you can attempt to do it, a lot easier as you sort of aim that palm tree right in front of us. Namibia have struggled though, just 2 boundaries to their name. And already 5 batters back in the shed. Pat Cummins back into the attack. Already got a wicket maiden to his name. Found the gap, and finally another boundary to the total for Namibia.
Well, Rasmus is realising, well, it's all on him to score some runs because the wickets are falling rapidly at the other end. He's just cleared that front leg to open up the offside. He's got his hands through that. Yes, it went catchable, but he's feeling his team need to get some runs on the board. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty dismal total that the Australians will be looking to chase. Vinci, I just want to ask you a question just about facing spin, particularly wrist spin at night versus facing it during the day. Is it a lot harder to face the likes of your Rashid Khans and your Adam Zampas and bowlers like that at night versus day?
Yeah, it certainly is. And the reason for that is the white ball gets a bit of a glow on it under the lights. So guys who are more difficult to read out of the hand, like Zampa, like Rashid Khan, Adil Rashid, it's almost like there's a halo around the ball and you find it really difficult to pick it straight out of the hand. Whereas during the day, it's obviously natural light. You don't have any glare. You've obviously got the huge sight screens behind, so you've got a really good opportunity to see this. And this is a wicket in the previous over from Adam Zampa. Zane Green just looking to go to his favoured sweep. No review. And he saved one. It was absolutely plumb.
Such an important cog in this wheel. Likewise, this man right here, Pat Cummins. Well, if you're not at the cricket, there's some spectacular places to go and visit here in Antigua. Shirley Heights being one of them. Southeast pocket of this magnificent country. You can go see some steel bands, get some wonderful food, spend a day of enjoyment. Look, I know Australian fans too, they might be there at Shirley Heights tomorrow. Ooh, just ducks that shoulder in at the last second. Realised it was getting big on him, David Visa. He also knows he is critical now here for Namibia to get something on the board.
He's a really good bouncer. Pat Cummins is known to have a good bouncer, one that really hurries onto you. That's a great example. It was really well played too by Visa. Kept his eye on it, just got himself inside the line.
Yeah, and then followed up with a fuller, straighter one. $27 for 5 after 10. And that is the time in which, right throughout the tournament, there will be drinks for the players out on the field.
$27 for 5, Namibia. Let's roll back the clock and have one of those magic moments from the past.
It's away, edged and gone. Down the pitch and gone. First ball. That's close. LBW shout and given. Hat-trick for the lead.
Lee in a hat-trick, no 7. Another Zampa. In 2024, cultured outside edge that runs away for 4 first up after the drinks break. gents. There's his moves and
Evening, Danny. Haydos. Healthy edge, and that's just flew past Mitchell Marsh at slip. Ball swing, and it's actually just caught, I think, Matthew Wade's glove as well on the way through. Made it doubly hard.
it's a unique stance. There's David Visa with a very open blade. I remember changing it a few years ago. We noticed it here in the Caribbean during the CPL. Funny angled blade with a tall man and it's really open. Such a good striker going downtown straight over long off. Is it Hazelwood? Beautifully taken. It had a lot of real estate to come around and make, and he took it very comfortably in the end.
Yeah, they're a magnificent fielding side. There's no doubt about it. They just keep finding ways defensively to be in the match. Even if you're on the outfield, you're in the game. You're hunting as a pack. It doesn't get through that inner circle. It doesn't go to the boundary. Weeser decides to take it on, gets nothing of it, bottom edge. It's a lovely catch. Big quick. He's been up and about with the ball. Now he's in the field. Many on the board, just the one off his 7, and it's 31-4-6.
Ruben Trumpelman, he's out centre stage. Big quick. Big left armer. Massive problems with Ruben Trumpelman at number 8. And, only just 30 on the board. 32 for 6 if you've just tuned in. And Namibia asked to bat first by Mish Marsh. How did he get a blade on this? Take one and be happy.
It's beautifully bowled. This is the last wicket. Visa is looking to lift it over the mid-wicket region, but Hazelwood making some great ground and taking a good catch low to his right.
A full one to finish a successful over. 11 done, 33 for 6 here.
To me, it's been a performance that's just lacked belief from the get-go. There's been no one that's come out there, including the captain now, Erasmus, who's 7 off 21 deliveries. 0 intent. Wickets falling around, but not a lot of belief.
Their domination by the Australians to the 4. You lose 3 in the power play. You really are up against it, as history shows in 2020. Hazelwood and Cummins to the 4, and then another couple in the little stanza of 7 to 10. Zampa doing well. Here's Ellis. He's got a bag of tricks too. Wonderful pace off the ball so often. And it's just gone nowhere. And actually the batters are they're hitting with the breeze there. And it just shows you no timing.
Yeah, to a man, they're all coming off the ball, Danny. In fact, they're getting away from the ball. These wickets in particular where you can trust the bounce. It's been a wicket that has had bounce, but it's a classic coaching tip of holding your shape. not trying to overhit the ball, just setting your balance step towards the ball, holding your shape and putting your hands through it.
Yeah, discussing colleagues earlier, and that's what they're doing, right? They're falling away, they're opening up that front hip, and there's just no platform to strike from.
I think the
reason they're doing it is because Australia have also, you've got to recognise the bowling has been exceptional. They've held a very good length and a very good line and been consistent. And this pitch itself has got that extra bit of bounce, so it's been quite intimidating on that sort of test line and length. You know, around about that 7 metres, hitting the top of off stump, so they've felt that the only way they can score is by opening themselves up.
Yeah, that's definitely the strategy. But as you know, Moods, you and I grew up in the fastest, bounciest wickets in the world, potentially in Perth and Brisbane. We had this fella here steaming in from one end as well, which was anything but pretty.
A lot of fun, wasn't it? You liked playing you chaps too, didn't you?
But one of the big things that we learn as kids growing up in those conditions is you have to stay in line with the ball. The moment that you got anywhere outside the line of the ball, not only did it open up slips and gullies, we've seen a couple of catches already there this evening, but you don't get any energy through the ball.
Well, nearly number 7. And a run-out opportunity too. Oh, they're busy, they're hustling here, the Aussies. Tim David, not quite carry to him. An opportunity to run out now.
Yeah, again, we heard Aaron Finch from the back of the commentary box as well make an excellent point in terms of the alignment of the body. Your hips and your front shoulder and your front of your chin, they all work together. If your front elbow falls away from the ball and your hips snap away from the ball as well, you can't get the power through it.
Maybe a bit of sling in his action there, Alice. And the clock with the release, but it certainly went in the air. Have a look at this. Yeah, look at that curve. Very nice. Yeah, Trundleman too. Hello, he says. Bit of curve.
It's a shame, isn't it? Because Trundleman, he had a respectable target. He will swing the ball. That steady breeze that's coming from the east to the west here this evening.
No. 12 done, 36 for 6.
Love their cricket here, don't they, Danny? We've had the great privilege to have travelled across here a number of times with our countries, and it's not a more unique place on the planet. Yeah, g'day. We see you. We love you here. Thanks for coming.
More Zampa. Those little top spinners and googlies have just gone off the straight enough. The 13th over, so just a little bit older now. But such is the domination of the former champs in 2021 UAE. So the champ has now moved into the box, the hot seat, and is holding the trophy aloft. Hello, Aaron Finch.
Finch, I really enjoyed hearing you talk about night versus day and spin and some of the great leg spinners in this tournament, how it's hard to read.
Served on a silver salver, is it? Docked. Hit the scoreboard. Big fella. Open those shoulders. Now first maximum of the night.
No need to read it out of the hand when it's a waist-tight pulling. A beautiful strike by Trumpelman. Probably the worst ball Adam Zampa's bowled all year.
Bangladesh like that strike yesterday against South Africa. He got 3 chances at doing it and couldn't get one of them away. But I want to just extend upon that point with the leg spinner, and clearly this evening they've come in with a very premeditated plan to use the lap sweep and the normal orthodox sweep.
And again, is it? No, even with the breeze. Trumpelman perishes, going for another sixer.
'50th catch for Maxwell in T20 cricket. He makes it look so easy. It's into the wicket. He just doesn't get all of it. Down breeze, you just got to get the elevation. And Trumpelman just gets it high on the bat. He's gone for 7. Real trouble. 43 for 7.
Zampa's having a night out. He's got 3 for a dozen, and he's still got a couple to go for his allocation tonight. Disappeared for the 6, and then Trumpelman said, yeah, I want another piece of you. So 7 down for 43. Schultz is out. Watch those little googlies and toppies. Yeah, as the bigger part of the ground, it certainly was that pocket there. 75 downtown. Schultz, let's see if he can find one in that pocket as well. His last one tonight. Yeah. No, he's got 4 for 100th for Adam Zampa. So the celebrations, you can see why. Nice little milestone for the leggy.
First Australian to get there in T20 cricket. Fantastic Adam Zampa. Classic delivery, particularly to the tail ender, who's not going to read the leg spinner overly well. You see Matty Wade saying that's the one we're talking about. Been unbelievable for a long period of time, and he continues to get the rewards. Schultz, he's gone without scoring. 43 for 8.
Australian fans having a nice little time of it here, midweek in Antigua. Match 24 in this Group B outing. Zampa finishes with 4 for 12 from his 4. Wonderful. Young Jack Russell's out in the middle. Going to join his captain, who's been there a while, but cannot get out of first gear, Erasmus. Time for Hazelwood to come back for his last. And again, with that searching line and length. Hello, Melanie.
Danny, Aaron, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because you're Namibia associate member, they've played 2 associate member nations coming in, and now they're up against Australia. We've got England next. That puzzle the under-19 player out in the middle at the moment. And you want to try and take it up to the big boys, don't you? You want to try and find a way to say, we're not just going to sit back and play our usual game. Difficult against these guys.
It's going to plan, isn't it? In terms of you at the coin toss, Mel. Mitch Marsh, no hesitation. Yeah, we're going to bowl first, thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Lost the other 2 coin tosses this tournament. Australia batted first on 2 occasions. We've seen some wonderful wrong-uns in this tournament already. Ilias the other day to get Berrington here on this ground. That is right up there.
Hustle too, can they? Have to. Oh, yeah, the youngster. Those young legs could get back.
Good bit of work in the deep from Pat Cummins. Good smart batting. Always feel like they're going to be a little bit short with the runs here. This shows a good game awareness. Turn down the single the ball before time, pushes hard, gets through, and gets back down on strike.
Get that over the keeper if you can. Oof. So yeah, lovely balance. I keep saying to this Australian side of wrist spin. Everyone wants a leggy, whether it's a left arm wrist spinner or your orthodox right arm leg spinner. Zampa tonight. It's that milestone. And a fine performance.
It's interesting listening to Tom Moody before saying he sort of wants flown under the radar in a way. And a lot of people, I think, might be surprised he's the first to get to that mark for Australia. He's been the most consistent over the last couple of years.
With the blade, push, bash, and it's gone there. Another extra. Very good.
A brilliant shot. You want to check the boundaries there, but did get there on the full. Attempted this shot quite a number of times. Hasn't made contact. When he gets it close enough to the middle. Just short, about a foot short. Half volleys into the Toblerone.
Yeah, and leaves a nice little divot. Information. Rashid Riaz, Pakistan. Confirm that, understandably so. Syria TV up. Punch into the onside, unique. Very decent. You want to get back for 3, you got to take it. No, he can't. Good hunting, good hustling. Big Tim David gets there. 14 overs done, the 50's up. It's 51 for 8. Lower scores. It's about the time, isn't it? 51 for 8. About the Netherlands on a couple of occasions, 39 and 2014 and 2021. They were out for 44, the Netherlands. Uganda just recently, 39, all done. West Indies, 55 back in 2021 as well. Yes, looking for that slow Yorker. Not quite.
He had Graham, the coach of Namibia, put a message out to Australia to have the warm-up game. And Australia said, yep, 100% we'll play you before we play for the first time ever in T20 internationals. And it hasn't been happy reading when you look at the partnerships there so far from Namibia.
The coaching staff for the tournament, didn't she? Or the opposite? Not everyone came.
Yeah, Australia was still coming in dribs and drabs from IPL. 9 players here at the time of that warm-up match.
So often we talk about the players having better relationships with the players overseas with all the different franchise cricket, but here at the Zone and Andrew McDonald, the coach of the Australian men's team, both coached together at Leicestershire County Cricket.
Such is the nature of so much T20 franchise cricket around the globe. Whoopsie, whoopsie, careful. Just see that from a quick man, because your boot just gets a little uneven in the crease, and your sprigs just get a bit caught, and you can get some ligament damage. Let's have a look at his feet.
Yeah, there's just a little dip, almost where the drainage is at the end of the square. You can just see that where that left foot took off, both to get into his delivery stride. It's just a little bit uneven. If you land in the wrong spot, sometimes you'll be on a down slope, sometimes an up slope. He's done well to bail out at the right time, Nathan Ellis.
Little toss. Oh, unfortunate bounce there. Hazelwood couldn't get that big frame or any part of it in the way.
I think it's the first mistake Australia's made all night. It's one that won't be too costly, you wouldn't think. Interesting delivery choice from Nathan Ellis. Trying for the Yorker. Just gets it slightly wrong. Feels though this wicket's off it enough. Bringing it into the surface.
I've watched him over the years. Australia, certainly, apart from the long way to run, he's got the unique sort of wind up of the ball together out in front of him as he sort of semi-loads up and gets into more rhythm. Morales to present himself at the crease, so it is unique. It works for him. Hazelwood bowled out. There's Zampa. Whilst this is his third, and Cummins was a couple. A little off cutter.
He's one of the most athletic players going around. He's speedy across the ground. He can throw his body around. He's got wonderful body awareness. He's played the most amount of T20 cricket anyone in this competition over the last 12 months.
Long on. The wicket on the fence. And finally, it's pretty square on that smaller boundary with the win. And it's delightful. From the skipper, Erasmus, just a little upper, little ramp stroke. He finished the 15, and it's 60 for 8.
Jack Brassel on strike. Good improvisation this from Erasmus. Tom Moody alongside me. Tom, there's been a lot of talk leading into this game about Namibia playing the ball and not the man, not playing the reputation of the players they're up against. It's easier said than done, though, isn't it?
It certainly is, and particularly when you're up against a formidable bowling attack like the Australian attack. Bowlers that have been around all formats of the game, have won World Cups, have got huge reputations globally. It's hard not to sort of be spooked or be, I suppose, distracted by the fact that it is Pat Cummins that's running into you, that is ranked, you know, highly in all formats of the game.
Carved out to deep cover. Tim David's out there.
So it's more of a mental battle than a skill battle. It's a case of trying to get yourself clear thought process as the bowler's at the top of their mark, and just having your cues that you might have, in whether that's just a simple watch the ball, just focus on the ball. Don't focus on the fact that, you know, the reputation of Pat Cummins or Hazelwood or whoever the bowler may be.
Smashed for 6. There's no any credence there for Pat Cummins' reputation. Erasmus says, I'll have some of that.
Well, he's playing the ball here, that's for sure. He's absolutely clubbed this. It's a great shot. Clearly like he was expecting it to be short. Pat Cummins has got a good bouncer, but didn't get that up as high as he would have liked, and that's gone all the way into the breeze as well. Exactly the area where that strong breeze that's sweeping across the ground is coming from.
Short again. David Warner out there at deep backward square.
Still very good in the field, David Warner. He always occupies those hot spots where really the high traffic is, whether that be straight down the ground. You quite often see him fielding it deep mid-off or deep mid-on to the spin bowlers. Square the wicket for the quicker bowlers. He's got a safe pair of hands and he's quick and alert to the ball.
Avoided by Brassel. 70 for 8. Well, Erasmus in that last over gave Namibia some wings. Four overs left for the African side. See how many more they can garner. Remember, they were put into bat today. Bottom of your screen, you can see that 8 runs and over from here, gets them just past the 100 mark. And Marcus Stoinis into the attack. This is his 3rd spell and just his 3rd over. The bowling today from the Andy Roberts end. He's now switched to the Curtly Ambrose end, our commentary box end of this Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Headed to Erasmus in the last game against Scotland that Namibia played. 52 in 31 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes. Some terrific shots. The only Namibian men's batter to have topped 1,000 T20 international runs. And after that half-century, he went on and took 2 for 29 in his 4 overs. Couldn't have done much more, really, for his side individually to try and secure the result against Scotland, but it wasn't to be. He ended up going down by 6 wickets. 5 wickets, in fact. Michael Lee Scout's just on the cusp of victory after a really punishing partnership between himself and Richie Berrington. Nitin Menon gets his arms out.
Well, you can see what Marcus Stoinis is trying to do here. He's trying to force Erasmus to hit through the offside, and that is hitting against the breeze. So he's trying to defend on the side where it's hardest to hit the boundary. He's got a deep point fielder. He's got a deep mid-off. They're the 2 outfielders on the offside. 3 in the ring in the offside.
It's gone straight up in the air, but is it going to land safe? No, it's not. That man Maxwell, I'd swear he's got glue on his hands. Another catch for him this evening. He had to make a lot of ground to take that catch.
Just a change of pace there. Marcus Stoinis. Erasmus looking to access that leg side. Maxwell making some excellent ground. The difficult catch that because he had to deal with breeze as well. Get his judgment absolutely spot on, which he did, and he does so often in the outfield. It's the end of a fighting innings from Erasmus. He goes for 36 off 43. It's 72 for 9.
Wicket for Marcus Stoinis. And a 4th catch there for Glenn Maxwell. He's now level with Darren Sammy and Aidan Markram, the most catches by an outfielder in a single T20 international innings. Ben Chikongo in at number 11. Chikongo into the side today, ahead of Ngeni Lungameni. Lungameni who got a bit of punishment against Scotland in that match in Barbados.
wicket of Russ. Well, he again was trying to found himself trying to find boundaries, which he did pretty successfully. But on this occasion, Maxwell being up.
The impressive aspect of that is because that breeze is swirling around, Maxwell might indeed have been thinking that that ball was going to come all the way to him at one stage. In the end, he had to make quite a bit of ground in off the rope.
It's also difficult catching those high balls in the night sky when it's, you know, jet black. It's quite hard to judge the actual fall of the delivery.
Leading edge. Who's getting under that? Tim David. What a good catch that was. The end for Chikongo and the end for Namibia. What a professional performance by Australia. Ruthless in their efficiency. 2 wickets in the over for Stoinis. It's smiles all round for the 2021 champions and their supporters in the crowd. And Namibia are all out for 72.
Australia winning the toss and choosing to bowl and really proving to be the absolute right decision. The good fielding performance all round. And David taking an excellent catch there. Stoinis picking up a couple of wickets as well. He was used with a new ball today. Every Australian bowled particularly well, and they were very efficient in the field as well.
Terrific performance from Mitchell Marsh's side. 4 wickets for Adam Zampa, including his 100th in T20 internationals. 2 apiece for Hazelwood and Stoinis. And Cummins and Ellis in on the act as well. They look relaxed, they look happy, and why not, given that performance. Let's have a look at the batting card. And just 2 players in double figures. Headed to Rasmus. He was the captain on the bridge as the ship was sinking. It was a terrific innings from him, but not much support. And, well, up against the juggernaut that is the Australian attack. The remorseless attack of that Australian lineup. It was very, very difficult indeed for Namibia.
Well, there's no Mitchell Starc tonight, so Stoinis found himself opening the bowling, picking up a couple of wickets late in the innings. Hazelwood again was immaculate with his line and length, and the real standout has to be Adam Zampa. His bowling was sensational, picking up 4 for 12 in his 4 overs.
The tail of the innings, well, it started badly for Namibia and didn't really get any better. Josh Hazelwood and Pat Cummins excellent in the power play, and Namibia received a stranglehold throughout. Let's go downstairs now to see who Matthew Hayden's got with him.
Thanks, neighbours. I'm here with Joshy Hazelwood. Josh, 2 for 18. How do you assess that performance? Slightly different wicket, obviously, from Barbados.
Yeah, I think the wicket was pretty good. I think when it came on, it started to spin quite a bit, so it was definitely in the game there. But, I mean, a good all-round effort from our boys.
Looking forward, you've got a game next Saturday, I think it is. You travel in between. How important is it to have fresh legs in this tournament?
Yeah, I think it's huge. We obviously have 15 players to pick from each and every room, and a few of the games are back-to-back. I think, you know, once we get to the Super 8, potentially the games are quite quick and, you know, flights, travel, all that sort of stuff. So game time into a few guys might be crucial.
You're 3 quicks, you're a power force, and obviously you've had your turns at resting, but do you see that, apart from Zamps, do you see that as a key strength of the Australian cricket team moving into the rest of this tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, adapting conditions is probably around the world, it's different everywhere, so it's just about adapting to that, and I think Zamps is the crucial part.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Mike's gone a bit, but good luck for the rest of the match, mate.
Thanks, Ados. Cheers, mate.
Josh Hazlewood, outstanding with 2 for 18 from 4 overs. And after that impressive display from Australia in the field, this is what they need for another 2 points to go top of the table and to secure their spot in the next stage of this tournament. 73 to win then. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be the Australian response.
Welcome everyone to match number 24 of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
And the catch taken, easy if you like. Marsh takes the catch, Fryling goes.
Making things happen in his very first over. Oh, that's the through. It's kept low.
Just close the doors. And we're in a world of your own. Travel is not just about the destination, it's also about how you get there. Fly on, fly better.
Cricket so that cricket moves you. Smart logistics beyond boundaries.
Welcome back here to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium here in Antigua for Australia versus Namibia. Match number 24 for Group B. First time that these two teams have played each other in international T20 cricket. We had a little warm-up game a couple of weeks ago in Trinidad. It's the real deal tonight, and Australia, who have shown some impressive form so far in this tournament, were on top right from the get-go. Power play, picked up 3 wickets, just 17 runs, and they kept that trend going right throughout the phases. Rasmus took the long handle a little bit at the back end of the innings. But all in all, it was a superb bowling display from Australia. The island of Antigua and Barbuda. If you're looking for a place to come and relax, sample some wonderful food, meet some energetic and happy people, this is the place to be. There is a beach for every day of the year. Yes, 365 beaches around this island. And players and commentary crew alike are thoroughly enjoying their time here. Some of the players might not be completely enjoying their time here, Aaron Finch, because it's been hard going here for Namibia this evening. They knew that they were going to be tested by the T20 World Champions from 2021. And mostly they were tested by this man here.
What a bowler Adam Zampa's turned into over the last couple of years. And regardless of the conditions that he's fronted with, the opposition, he continually gets the job done. And see here, maybe a couple of deliveries that weren't his absolute best, but he's still bowling to a plan, and that's a beauty. Absolute beauty. Set up the tail ender with a leg break and back through the gate. Just a wonderful competitor. Let's see. Showed pre-game how often he's hitting the stumps, 29%, and that is extraordinarily high. See, he's always just there and thereabouts. His length is impeccable, but his line, the amount of times that he's hitting the stumps with a leg break or a googly, it's just a wonderful bowler, and as good as there is in the world at the moment.
Well, he had support too, because Josh Hazlewood opened up this evening with no Stark in the side, and to go with Hazlewood's bowling, the catching for Australia is pretty top draw as well.
Yeah, he just gets the job done time and time again, regardless of the format, Josh Hazlewood. His consistency, his variations, his ability to get something out of the wicket, any conditions that he's faced with is extraordinary.
Well, the skipper, Helart Erasmus, came out to the middle when Namibia were in all sorts, and he's done so well for his side throughout the tournament, coming off a half century. The 17th ball it took him until he got off mark, and he had a bit of a wry smile, but he showed some skills by the end of the innings.
Yeah, he showed skill, and he also showed some really good batsmanship right throughout. He tried to force it a little bit too much at the beginning of his innings. He tried to fight the pace of the ball, tried to fight the bounce, but towards the back end, he really come into his own when he was batting with the tail.
What does this match mean for Group B? Well, Scotland at the moment are on 5 points at no result plus 2 wins. They are flying at the moment, the Scottish. Australia can leapfrog them though if they win this match this evening. Of course, everything is, a lot of eyes are on England at the moment. They can get to 5 points. So there'll be a little race going on for qualifying for the Super 8s. The beauty of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup is that every day there's a tantalising matchup coming up, and tomorrow it is the hosts, America, up against India. USA looking to qualify for the Super 8s, which might not have been in a lot of people's imagination. I know, though, a lot of people who follow associate member cricket are certainly not surprised by the form of America. For now, though, it is all about Namibia. Helart Erasmus giving his final words here to his team, getting them in the right frame of mind for this defence. What can Erasmus pull out of the hat here? He's done something with the bat. Now he's got to try and get his charges in the right frame of mind to try and find some early power play wickets. And the tough part is that both Warner and Head are coming off a magnificent opening partnership against England the other day, Australia being the first team to chalk up 200-plus runs in an innings, and that was without nobody passing 40 runs. There's a little bit of talk about that England selection, whether or not Reece Topley would play because of the fact that Australia opened up with the 2 left-handers, and they didn't have as good a record as they did to the right-handers. Namibia will be hoping that's the case, because they'll be turning to Ruben Trumpelman in the power play, who bowled so well against Oman in Namibia's first match. And there he is there. If he gets it right, I think Mitchell Stark, not quite the same pace, certainly not the height as well, but he gets the ball to shape nicely. And set Australia up well in two different styles. One was a little bit more cautious from Warner in game one against Oman and Barbados. The second was just absolutely blistering onslaught against England. That's impressive figure. For David Warner, total runs this tournament past Aaron Finch. He is now the highest run scorer for Australia in this format. And Travis Head, his opening partner, has been in impressive form across the IPL. And a reminder about this breeze here in Antigua as well. It is strong. It's an easterly. So although the ground dimensions are even all the way around, David Warner hitting to the offside will have a little bit of support. Hits and gone and doesn't, and is in.
That would have been gone by a mile. David Warner just hit it and ran. Travis Head was snoozing, sitting back on his bat. Caught him off guard. Would have been out by a long way. Doesn't even attempt to get in. And that hasn't missed by much.
I think even if he wasn't snoozing, he was gone there. That was a high-risk run. I think David Warner thought he hit it squarer, a little bit further to the right of the cover fielder, but it wasn't the case.
It's a good first-up delivery to Travis Head, because he loves to show aggression to pace. But David Warner knows how he wants to take this on and get the runs as quickly as possible. I wonder if he had that conversation with Travis prior to.
Yeah, you can tell from their reaction that that is so close. Old-fashioned barbecue.
Club through the offside. First boundary for Australia.
Yeah, a little bit of width, and David Warner all over that, just crunching that through extra cover.
Saw the strength of the Australians. They were able to pitch it up a fraction fuller and challenge the edge of the bat early on, and a couple wickets caught behind in the gully area. It's just too short. Sits up. David Warner won't miss out on that opportunity.
Yeah, he wants this game over and done with, David Warner, doesn't he? The pace isn't going to worry him. Trumpelman at the moment is just 130, 132 mark. They took 22 of Mark Wood's first over in Barbados against England.
That's the length we're talking about. Just to be a touch fuller. Enough movement. Saw the brand new ball. Josh Hazel was able to get movement.
Just checks his shot a little bit again there, David Warner.
Speaking of barbecues, have you been to any David Warner barbecues during your partnership?
Yeah, a couple. 2019 World Cup comes to mind. Game against India at the Oval on the flattest wicket you've ever seen. He sizzled me.
And no, to finish off that first over. 7 coming from him. regular supporters of the Australian side. You can tell from their shirts there. I think they've probably been on a few trips around the world following the team. Wonderful support here in Antigua. They love their cricket, even if the West Indies aren't playing. No, wouldn't you? We've got some of the best players in the world out in the middle at the moment. David Visa, who knows this region so well through his playing in the CPL, is being turned to for the second over. Slashes well does David Warner. He just cannot give him width.
He's looking for some swing, just not there on that occasion. It just starts a bit too wide. Like you said, Mel, any width to David Warner, front or back foot, he will cash in early on. What you dream about as an opener, getting a cut shot away early, something that's not challenging your stumps.
Oh, and that's the best of the three of them so far for David Warner.
This is beautifully played. Letting the full face of the bat, beating mid-off and extra cover on this occasion. Getting on top of the bounce and half volley by any means, but he just drove it off the length.
Oh, and then goes short on his hip, and David Warner says, "Thank you very much indeed." 4-4-6. And he's on the charge, the ball.
Yeah, it's predictable. A couple of balls that are a fraction wide. The correction in on the hip. You can see how still he keeps his head. Gives him a great opportunity to play both sides of the wicket, to read length so early. Down breeze. Just got to get it up in that wind, get anything on it. Let's help it on its way. It's David Warner at his best.
Something to really pick up on that shot there. He actually nearly predicted that length. He got deep in his crease and went right back into his crease, expecting a hard length ball or a shorter length ball, and gave himself that little bit extra time to be able to swivel onto that back foot and lift it over backward square, which is a real sweet spot for David Warner. A lot of experience in what's happened in those first three deliveries of this over.
Pressure on Visa. Oh, this doesn't have the distance. And taken. Trumpelman takes the catch. It's a fight back from David Visa after getting hit for 3 consecutive boundaries. He gets the wicket of Warner.
Certainly showed his intentions early, David Warner. This one just tries to pump it back down the ground. Bat just twists, tries to go over mid-on, doesn't get enough on it. Hangs in there a long time. Trumpelman takes the simplest catch, mid-off. He's gone for a quick fire 20, 21 for 1.
Like the other day against England, Australia off to the flyer. 21 for 1, still in the second over. But Namibia had the prized wicket with David Warner. Australian captain Mitch Marsh now comes out to the middle. little bit of the same you're expecting here from Marsh out in the middle, Finchy?
Yeah, as we just see the wicket again, just toe of the bat, spins in his hand, just doesn't quite get enough on it. It's been the way that David Warner's wanted to play in this tournament. Last game he was very aggressive, same again today.
Green does well.
Yeah, I expect Mitch Marsh to be overly aggressive as well. I think it's a way that Australia has set up their side, the amount of all-rounders, the experience through the middle order. The expectation is inside the power play, you look to be as aggressive as you can, put the opposition under enormous pressure early, almost dictate how they go about playing the game.
Start of the over was all Australia, end of the over was all Namibia. 22 for them. Relaxing after becoming the first Australian bowler to take 100 T20 international wickets today. Very beautiful. Maxwell due in next. All ready to go, helmet on. We've seen some pace from Trumpelman and Visa. I'm going to see a change here as Ben Chigongo, who's one of the 3 changes for Namibia, comes into the attack. First sider during this T20 World Cup for Chikongo. It was Mungamini who he's replaced. He'll be pinching himself, saying that he's coming in from the Curtly Ambrose end. Late cut. Nicely timed indeed there from Travis Head. Didn't try and overhit it. It was all about the touch and the angle.
It's using the pace beautifully here, Travis Head. Short third up inside the circle, it's slip in place. He's still got so much confidence. Play behind the wicket. Almost plays the ball behind him. He's an expert if you give him any kind of width.
His head just plants the foot, and it's a wonderful swing of the bat all the way for the second 6 of the innings.
He's an expert there too, Finchy. He's in some really good form at the moment, carrying that IPL form into this World Cup. So still trying to hit it too hard. It's just a proper forgetting stroke. Just lifting it over mid-off's head. It's all timing.
And then the pull shot. Just a reminder to everyone, he can hit off the front foot, he can hit off the back foot.
It's given us the full array now. Late cut, punch down the ground, and now the pull shot. It's just beautiful batting. Just such a still head. Doesn't overcomplicate it. His intent is there from ball one. Just a guy in supreme form with supreme confidence at the moment.
There's a real challenge here for Chikongo. He's had a good 2024. 8 wickets in 5 matches with an economy rate under 5. And his skill set is being tested here by Australia, particularly by Travis Head. And he's not going to stop. He's just going to keep on going.
That's what makes Travis Head such a dangerous player. He's not somebody who gets a 4 or a 6 early and then thinks, right, I'll get off strike. He thinks, how can I continue to put the foot down? I think that's where I've seen the biggest change in the game over the last 2 years. Is that teams aren't prepared to soak up pressure for long anymore. They're not interested in saying, oh, we've got 6 off the over, let's knock it around and we'll take it for 10. And you get a boundary early. Batters are thinking, this is a time I can take you for 20.
And that's what Marsh is now trying to do as well. A little shimmy down at the wicket. He gets his first boundary. And Chikongo's first over goes for 19. Australia 41 for 1. Well, lots of 4 and 6 signs around the ground at the moment. At the moment, they're getting a little bit of a workover. The head has raced away to 16 from 7. That is off the back of Warner's 20 from 8. So you see a change of pace, a change of approach, as the captain brings himself into the attack. For the right arm off spinner to the left-hander. Travis Head hitting to the leg side is with the